There's also plenty of movement activity in the transfer market with that first bonus transfer window closing on Tuesday. Mark McAdam is back, and we've got some new news regarding a potential incoming for Arsenal.
Yeah, huge news for Arsenal fans.
When Arsenal finally confirmed the blockbuster arrival of Eberechi Eze at the Emirates, the footballing world lit up with excitement, speculation, and analysis. The Gunners, under the visionary leadership of Mikel Arteta, had captured one of the Premier League's most dazzling playmakers, a footballer who combines grace with grit, artistry with industry, and imagination with decisive end product. Yet beyond the headlines in North London, and even beyond the bittersweet feelings at Crystal Palace, who had nurtured him into one of the league's most electric attackers, there was another club quietly celebrating. Queen's Park Rangers, the championship side that had once taken a chance on a young and unproven Eze, were about to enjoy an unexpected windfall, thanks to the foresight of inserting a clever sell-on clause into the deal that had first taken him to Selhurst Park. Arsenal fans cheered the arrival of a game-changer, but at Loftus Road, board members, staff, and supporters smiled at the financial lifeline coming their way. To understand why this moment is so significant, one has to look back at the story of Eberechi Eze himself. His journey is not just a tale of footballing brilliance, but also one of resilience, rejection, and redemption. As a teenager, Eze was released by Arsenal's academy, a cruel twist of fate that many might have seen as the end of the road. He had spells with Fulham, Reading, and Millwall, but nothing stuck. At 18, he was at risk of slipping out of the professional game altogether. That was until Queen's Park Rangers gave him a chance. At Loftus Road, he found a platform to shine, a manager willing to trust his creativity, and a fan base that quickly embraced his flair and daring style. Eze blossomed in the Championship, dazzling defenders with his close control, balance, and ability to carry the ball through midfield. By the time Crystal Palace came knocking in 2020, QPR knew they had a gem, but they also knew that to sell him outright without future protection would be reckless. So, they agreed to a £17 million transfer, potentially rising to £20 million, but crucially included a sell-on clause that would guarantee them a percentage of any future sale. That decision, as it turns out, may be one of the smartest in the club's recent history. Fast forward 5 years, and Arsenal's move for Eze is costing them in excess of £65 million, a statement of intent from a club chasing Premier League glory and Champions League pedigree. For QPR, reports suggest that the sell-on clause entitles them to as much as 20% of the profit Palace made on the deal. Depending on how the final figures shake out, this could mean anywhere from £10 million to £12 million flowing into QPR's coffers. For a club in the Championship, often surviving on tight budgets, television revenue that pales in comparison to the top flight, and the uncertainty of chasing promotion, that kind of money is transformational. It can fund new signings, improve infrastructure, pay down debts, or bolster the academy to produce the next star. For QPR fans, it feels like poetic justice. Their patience and faith in Eze's development is now being rewarded, even as the player himself reaches the stage he always seemed destined for. Arsenal's perspective on this transfer is equally fascinating. For years, the Gunners have sought an attacking midfielder who can break down stubborn defenses, someone who can operate between the lines, glide past markers, and create magic in tight spaces. Eze fits that bill perfectly. His performances for Crystal Palace, particularly in the 2023-24 and 2024-25 campaigns, elevated him to one of the league's standout performers. Whether scoring stunning long-range goals, threading incisive passes, or carrying the ball with elegance through midfield, he consistently proved himself against the best. For Arteta, who has already built a young and dynamic squad with the likes of Bukayo Saka, Martin Odegaard, and Gabriel Martinelli. Adding Eze gives Arsenal another weapon, another unpredictable edge. The investment is massive, but Arsenal are betting that his peak years will align perfectly with their push for silverware. But while Arsenal debate tactical fit and fans dream of what Eze can do in a red and white shirt, QPR focus on what this deal means for them in practical terms. In the Championship, financial sustainability is a constant battle. Clubs face parachute payments, wage bills, and the temptation to overspend in pursuit of the Premier League's riches. For QPR, who have flirted with both relegation and promotion in recent years, the sudden injection of 8 figures is nothing short of a lifeline. It means less reliance on player sales to balance the books, more flexibility in the transfer market, and perhaps even a chance to resist bids for their current talents. Supporters will be quick to remind everyone that it was their club who gave Eze the platform, their club who stuck with him when others discarded him, and their club who played a role in shaping the footballer Arsenal now covet. In a way, his success is theirs to share. The ripple effect of this transfer goes beyond the finances, though. It shines a spotlight on QPR's role in English football's talent ecosystem. Here is a championship club that nurtured a player rejected by bigger academies, gave him a chance to grow, and ultimately reaped the rewards through smart business. In an era where smaller clubs are often accused of being bullied in the market, QPR stand as an example of how to protect your assets. The sell-on clause, sometimes overlooked, is a vital tool for sustainability. For young players coming through QPR's ranks now, from the academy pitches of Heston to the floodlit turf of Loftus Road, Eze's story is a beacon. It says, if you work hard, if you seize your chance, the path to the very top is real, and when you make it, your old club can benefit too. At Crystal Palace, emotions are mixed. They lose their talisman, the man who filled the void left by Wilfried Zaha and carried their creative hopes. Yet, financially, they too benefit enormously. Having signed him for less than £20 million, selling him for more than 3 times that is an incredible piece of business. Palace fans will miss his artistry, but they cannot deny that the club has profited greatly. For QPR, though, the narrative is even sweeter. They gain without losing. Eze left them years ago, but his success continues to reward them. Few stories in football tie together romance, money, and legacy quite like this. For Arsenal, the focus now shifts to performance. They have paid big money, they have placed their trust in a player with undeniable talent, but the question remains, can Eze handle the pressure of the Emirates spotlight? The expectations will be immense. Arsenal fans are famously demanding, and with the club pushing for the league title, every performance will be scrutinized. Yet if Eze can replicate the fearless swagger he showed at Palace, if he can bring his creativity to bear in tight contests against Manchester City, Liverpool, or Spurs, he may become a legend in North London. The romance of being rejected by Arsenal as a boy, only to return as a marquee signing years later, adds another layer of drama. It feels written in the stars. For QPR, the future looks brighter. With millions set to arrive from this transfer, they can plan with ambition rather than fear. Investments in youth, in facilities, in recruitment all become possible. Fans will dream of promotion, of climbing back to the Premier League, of nights under the lights where Loftus Road shakes with noise and optimism. And every time Eze dazzles at the Emirates, every time he scores a wonder goal or wins a Man of the Match award, QPR supporters will feel a little piece of pride. He is one of theirs, no matter where he plays. The media reaction has been as dramatic as expected. Tabloids scream about Arsenal's intent, broadsheets analyze the financial details, and fan forums buzz with debates about value for money. Yet buried within those conversations is a lesson for smaller clubs across England: back your talent, protect your assets, and believe in the sell-on clause. QPR are living proof that patience and prudence can pay off handsomely.